You coming to LA anytime soon?
Yeah, probably not for a minute. I got some things I gotta take care of.
What's up, everybody? It's Josh. There are some wild new rumors and reports about World War Hulk and Captain America 4 New World Order and how the two projects will tie together. It honestly sounds pretty freaking crazy, so we need to talk about it. Let's first talk about Captain America New World Order, then we'll get into the Hulk business. So at D23, Marvel talked a lot about Captain America 4 New World Order, and some of the things that were said shed a lot of light on what kind of movie that's going to be. I mean, first of all, the director referred to this as a paranoid thriller. And the other really crazy thing that was talked about was the fact that Tim Blake Nelson, who played the leader all the way back in the Edward Norton Hulk movie, is not only going to be in the film, but he's said to be the main antagonist. You're also going to have Carl Lumbly, the character of Isaiah Bradley from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The dude that played Falcon's also going to be in the movie, and the Super Soldier Serum is likely to play a big role in whatever's going on in Captain America 4. Now, I want to bring to your attention a couple of things that the director Julius Anna said about this film. Let's just say one of the things that really drew me to this project is the leader is a man who operates from intellect. And it's so great to have an adversary who is working with this incredible intellect to really put Sam through the ringer in this story. And again, it's a paranoid thriller. It's this grounded adventure where I think everything that happens in this film feels so real and intense because of who the adversary is. So back to that other question of yours, what he's going to have to go through in this film is because he's got an adversary who is so terrifyingly intelligent. The director also said it's just so exciting to be able to take this story in a new direction. And you know, Danny Ramirez and Carl Lumbly and Tim Blake Nelson, we've got a brilliant cast and company of actors, so it's going to be a really, really wild ride and exciting movie. Okay, so that's already pretty freaking wild, but it's what leakers and scoopers added to this over the last couple of days that has my mind just boggled and going crazy. First up, My Time to Shine Hello said a couple of different things. Firstly, that you'll see more Hulks in Captain America New World Order, and she also said that She-Hulk and Captain America 4 are leading to a new big Hulk story. And a new scooper on the scene called The Watcher said that World War Hulk will feature different colored Hulks, and one of these different colored Hulks will debut in Captain America 4. So that's all pretty crazy, but what does it mean? Like, how is all of this going to tie together? Well, let's first start by talking about different colored Hulks. Like, what kind of Hulks could potentially be in this World War Hulk movie, and which one might be set up in Captain America 4? Well, in Marvel Comics, there are actually a ton of different versions of the Hulk. You firstly have a gray Hulk, which actually is a Hulk that has intelligence, and there's even a version of the gray Hulk called Joe Fixit. He goes over and works with mobsters as an enforcer. It's a really, really crazy story, but you do have that colored Hulk. You actually have a yellow version of the Hulk, which comes from a Marvel vs. Capcom game, and it's an alternate timeline where the Hulk absorbs solar power, becoming yellow. There's a blue version of the Hulk when Hulk is gifted with the power of the Uniforce, becoming Cosmic Hulk. We probably won't see that in the MCU anytime soon, though, because he would be way too overpowered. Hulk even becomes black and red when the Hulk's Hulk, Claw, comes out, and animated series for Marvel have done a version of this Hulk before. There's, of course, the Red Hulk, which is played by Thaddeus Ross, or rather it is General Ross in the comics that becomes the Red Hulk. And look, we don't have William Hurt in the MCU anymore, and I wonder, would they replace him with a different actor and continue down the path of Red Hulk? But Red Hulk, definitely a thing and a fan favorite character. There's also the Red She-Hulk, who is actually Betty Ross, who was the original lover or love interest of Bruce Banner at the time when he actually becomes the Hulk. But there are way more crazy Hulks than that. Amadeus Cho becomes a version of the Hulk. There's Scar, son of Hulk. There's an Inferno version of the Hulk where Banner separates himself and sends the Hulk to hell, and then Hulk becomes a crazy-ass demon and comes back for revenge. There are characters like Abomination and Doc Samson, who are characters that have versions of the Super Soldier Serum or Hulk thing going on, but don't fully become Hulk. And then there's one of the wackiest, craziest things that ever happened in the comics during the Hulked Out Heroes little short event that did coincide with World War Hulk, which saw Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, The Thing, and others become Hulks. But now let's talk about World War Hulk. Like, why do we think this is happening in the MCU? Well, this is a long-standing rumor that I believe was started by KC Walsh, and it has to do with things being set up in She-Hulk, mostly Hulk, Sakaar, and the possibility of his son being introduced. Now, the comic book version of the story saw Marvel's Illuminati get Hulk off planet, send him to some isolated world where he could just be alone and roam free. He ends up landing on a populated planet, and there's this version of Hulk that's the Gladiator Hulk that we've seen kind of in Thor Ragnarok, and in the comic books, he overthrows a tyrant, becomes king of that planet, takes a wife, and actually has a couple of children, and then the ship that he arrived on blows up, killing his wife. Hulk is furious, and he heads back to Earth with his Warbound, and this is where you get the World War Hulk storyline. Now, World War Hulk, very important to know here, is one of the strongest versions of Hulks we've ever seen. He came back and was an absolute force of nature, destroying whole parts of cities by just taking steps. He was fighting the Sentry, and they had to shut that down because they're going to destroy the entire planet between the two forces of those people. And yeah, we're currently living through a time here where Hulk is more like Professor Hulk or friggin' Grey Hulk in the MCU. I mean, my man's wearing cardigans and shit, you know what I mean? So it's a little far away from the savage, angry, powerful version of Hulk that we have had in the past, but it does seem like a lot of the rumors are pointing to a scenario where Hulk is going to go take care of something on Sakaar, possibly even meet his son, and then something's going to happen that is going to absolutely enrage Hulk and take him into a World War Hulk scenario where he's probably going to come back to the planet and want to maybe subjugate or take over Earth as a Hulk-like tyrant. And of course, as we always bring up here, the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of this story is likely to deviate heavily from what was done in the comic books, so it could be totally different. And the idea that there will be different colored Hulks all in World War Hulk, or whatever this big Hulk project becomes, is really intriguing. And so it seems like Captain America 4 is going to directly deal with this and set that up, and maybe you'll see a red Hulk or a red She-Hulk in that film. The She-Hulk show itself is setting up more different versions of Hulk, as there's definitely a thread there where somebody is trying to get the blood of Jennifer Walters to create more Hulk or super soldier-like beings. And so while we don't know exactly how this is all going to play out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when we look to the examples from comics, when we see what the different rumors and leaks are about where this is all heading, I'm super excited. I mean, Captain America 4 just shot up pretty high on my list, just for the simple fact that the leader being the super intelligent person, having the debut of a new different colored Hulk. I'm really hoping it's a red Hulk. That would be sick. And the fact that Sam Wilson and presumably this like newer group of Avengers is going to be at the forefront of preventing this crazy World War Hulk event. I mean, it's all just really exciting to me as a fan. So I'm hyped up. That's what I think. That's some speculation. You let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Smash a like on this video if you liked it. If you want to watch more, check out the video on the screen right now. It is talking about Secret Invasion and Armor Wars and what the invading Skrull want from Tony Stark's tech. This is something that was teased out at D23. It's a pretty fun video. Check it out. It's right on the screen. Just give it a little click.